Welcome back to another exciting episode of our Crypto Weekly Report. This week, we're diving deep into the future of generational wealth, massive Bitcoin price predictions, and key market trends that could shape the next bull run. We'll explore why $74 trillion in wealth is shifting hands, what Cathie Wood and Robert Kiyosaki think about Bitcoin's future, and whether XRP is heading for a major crash or a reversal. And of course, we'll also break down why some analysts believe Bitcoin could drop to $65,000 before making a historic move. There's a lot to unpack, so make sure to stick around till the end. The $74 trillion wealth transfer minus the biggest financial shift. According to U.S. Bank, a single demographic group is set to inherit a mind-blowing $74 trillion, making them the wealthiest generation in history within the next decade. What does this mean for crypto? Well, younger generations have shown a strong preference for alternative investments, including Bitcoin, DeFi, and tokenized assets. Unlike older investors, who traditionally favor stocks and bonds, this new wave of wealth holders is more inclined to embrace digital assets. We're already seeing signs of this trend, with increasing crypto allocations in institutional portfolios and a growing interest in blockchain-based assets. As traditional financial systems struggle to keep up with inflation and instability, crypto could emerge as the primary store of value for the next generation. If even a fraction of this $74 trillion flows into Bitcoin and crypto markets, we could see unprecedented adoption and price surges over the next decade. Cathie Wood's bold Bitcoin prediction minus $1.5 million BTC. Cathie Wood, CEO of ARK Invest, remains one of Bitcoin's most bullish advocates. In her latest analysis, she stated that Bitcoin could reach a staggering $1.5 million in the coming years. Why such an extreme target? Institutionalization. Large hedge funds, sovereign wealth funds, and corporations are increasingly recognizing Bitcoin as a legitimate store of value. Many experts believe that once institutions allocate just a small percentage of their portfolios to BTC, it could trigger a supply shock, driving prices to new all-time highs. But that's not all. Cathie Wood also points out that Bitcoin is becoming an essential hedge against currency devaluation and monetary instability. With central banks struggling to control inflation, many investors are turning to hard assets like Bitcoin as a long-term wealth preservation strategy. Is $1.5 million BTC realistic? While skeptics argue it's overly optimistic, history has shown that Bitcoin thrives on institutional adoption. With ETFs now in play, Wood's prediction might not be as crazy as it sounds. XRP price crash incoming, or a major rebound. XRP has been losing momentum over the past few weeks, sparking concerns that the token might face a major crash. Analysts are watching critical support levels, warning that if they fail, a significant sell-off could follow. So, what's causing this uncertainty? XRP's recent rally has lost steam, and buyers seem hesitant to push prices higher. On the other hand, Ripple's legal battle with the SEC is still hanging over the market, creating uncertainty. However, it's not all bad news. Some bullish indicators suggest that XRP could stage a strong recovery if certain conditions are met. If the Ripple versus SEC case sees a favorable outcome, this could fuel a new rally. Some analysts believe that institutional interest in XRP remains strong, and a sudden surge in demand could push prices back up. For now, XRP remains at a crossroads. A crash is possible, but so is a major reversal. Could Bitcoin fall to $65,000? Here's why it may not matter. Some analysts are now warning that Bitcoin could temporarily dip to $65,000 as part of a healthy correction. But before you panic, let's look at the bigger picture. Market corrections are normal and expected, especially after major rallies. A temporary pullback does not signal the end of the bull market. Instead, it can set the stage for stronger moves. One key factor at play is central bank liquidity. Analysts believe that global liquidity is increasing, which could provide long-term support for Bitcoin. Historically, Bitcoin thrives when central banks inject liquidity into the system, meaning even if BTC drops short-term, the bigger trend remains bullish. Could Bitcoin fall to $65,000? Sure. But will that change the long-term outlook? Absolutely not. In fact, for many investors, this could be an opportunity to accumulate before the next big move. Robert Kiyosaki's generational wealth forecast. Robert Kiyosaki, the best-selling author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, is doubling down on his Bitcoin prediction. He believes that FOMO investing in Bitcoin is accelerating, and that this could lead to one of the biggest generational wealth shifts ever. His reasoning? Fiat currencies are being devalued, and people are searching for alternatives. Bitcoin is emerging as the go-to asset for long-term wealth preservation. Kiyosaki has been vocal about his belief in Bitcoin as people's money, a safe haven from government-controlled currencies. He argues that as more retail and institutional investors jump in, Bitcoin's growth will accelerate, making early adopters extremely wealthy. His advice? Accumulate Bitcoin now before it's too late. That's it for this week's crypto report. What are your thoughts on these massive Bitcoin predictions? Will XRP recover, or is it heading for a crash? Is the $74 trillion wealth transfer the fuel for crypto's next bull run? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more crypto insights every week.